When you think about a company or developer that got a shooter right on console, you think about Rare and you think about Goldeneye. It was just released on the Switch and on the Xbox, and there's a lot of negativity surrounding it, but the positives are it's Goldeneye. You can play it. If you've got a Switch N64 controller, which is impossible to find, you can play it with the original controls, and it's Goldeneye. So you can look for the negative, or you can just appreciate the fact that a great shooter from the past is available for everyone to play right now. This is the footage on the Switch that I'm playing. I absolutely loved this game when it came out. I have an N64. I have a copy of Goldeneye, but there's just something about turning on the Switch, going to that N64 online offering, and firing up this game and having a great time with it. Now, you do have to jump through hoops to get the modern controls, and you shouldn't have to do that. You do not have to do that on the Xbox, and the Xbox version of this looks a lot better. However, I think it's important to play these games. I like playing them on the original hardware or hardware like a Nintendo system. So I jump in, I play, and I enjoy. And I started thinking about a company that got a shooter very right in GoldenEye, like Rare, and 343, and how in the world did we end up where we are right now with Halo? So the reshuffling is happening. You heard about that. You heard about people leaving. You heard about most of the key people who started out there leaving, gone. The 10-year plan is out the window, even the slipspace engine. And that's what I want to focus on in the video here, because of all the things that have happened, I feel like that is the absolute worst, because from a first-party standpoint, I think it's very important to develop your own internal engines and tools, because it gives your developers, your first-party teams, access to your hardware in a way that third parties don't have with third-party engines. Mark Cerny talked about that low-level access to the system to squeeze more out of it. That's why you're seeing games like Horizon Forbidden West running on the PS4, running on the PS5. They have their own internal tools and engines, and I thought it was so important that Microsoft and Xbox developed that slipspace engine when they talked about it. It was a future for Halo. It was the 10-year plan, dropping content in and out, using that engine to really push the hardware and Halo forward. When they showed that engine, that demo, it looked incredible, and then Halo Infinite came out, and it didn't quite look like what they showed. And now all of that time, all of that money, all of those tools that were developed and that engine is going to be completely scrapped in favor of Unreal Engine 5. I'm not saying Unreal Engine 5 cannot create some amazing looking games, but it's not your tool set, it's someone else's. And whenever you rely on someone else's tool set, you're also beholden to someone else's limitations. And it's a big blow that slipspace is completely and totally gone. I wish I knew what the answer was for Halo going forward. I think that they should really just keep some core people there, get rid of everyone else, change the name of 343 to something else that has to do with the Halo world. There's tons of lore, there's tons of things you can call a studio dedicated to Halo. Start fresh, hire a real team of writers, give Master Chief motivation, evolve the character much in the same way that they did with Kratos, going from this one-dimensional rage machine that wanted to just go from point A to point B and destroy everything, to giving the character real depth and real emotion and evolving the character, making people take notice. That's what has to happen with Halo. It cannot just be seen as this tool to get people to play multiplayer and subscribe to a service. You're either going to take story, characters, and world building seriously, or you're going to be a C-tier development studio. You're going to turn Halo into a C-tier franchise, or it's going to rise from the ashes like a phoenix and become what it should be today, one of the biggest and best franchises in gaming. Now that seems like an awful lot to ask for, and if I am honest, I have zero confidence in 343 at this point to create any type of game, video game in general, that is compelling, that has a great story, and is just feature complete upon release. But stranger things have happened, and like I said, they hit rock bottom. You cannot get any lower than this, especially with the one franchise that is responsible for the Xbox existing. So I don't know what's going to happen in the future. It's going to be a long, long time before anybody is looking at Halo the way they're looking at things like Horizon or Ghost of Tsushima or God of War, or even something like a Dead Space remake. Look at the writing in that. Look at the pacing. Just look at the presentation. Halo desperately needs help, and I really want to see it come back in a big way. Like I said, Unreal Engine 5, I'm sure it's going to look phenomenal. I'm sure that that's probably the quickest and safest way to get this reboot of this franchise off the ground. Slipspace was a complete and total waste of time, and it speaks to the problems at management in Microsoft and Xbox. Complete waste of talent and money. Should have never happened, but all we can do is sit and wait and see what happens. Let me know what you think about Goldeneye. I think it's phenomenal looking back at a company that Microsoft owns now, Rare. A lot of the people aren't there anymore that built this, but maybe they can help out with a shooter. What do you think? Thanks for watching the video. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.